the first time we visited here, we walked in the door, and one of the first things that happened was I think Don started updating everyone about a project that the church was doing in Africa with malaria relief and providing nets to people. And it just struck me because our sons, go ahead.
Yeah, we have all three of our kids are adopted. Our boys are from Africa. We're born in Africa.
Both of our boys had malaria before they came home. To walk in the doors and within the first few minutes of being here, hear about how this church family is taking care of people that could just as easily have been our sons was as just really special for us.
Part of the reason that we were looking for a church, a different church, was because we felt like we wanted us to belong as a family there. We visited a couple churches where they'd said things, and we felt like a gimmick because we have Black children. It was very refreshing to feel like our family was represented at this church. When you go through adoption, well, you're never the same.
We both went into it being like, well, we're doing God's work, so it's obviously going to work out. And it's going to be predictable, and it's going to be easy. God is going to bless us for doing such a wonderful thing. None of these were things we said out loud, obviously. Well, hopefully, obviously. But there was just a certain amount of like kind of our preconceived notions about what it means to give of ourselves. Those were shattered because I think we walked in, like a lot of people do, thinking, I'm going to do this good thing, and therefore, in response, God will give me back what I believe is this good thing in return. And our children are everything to us. They're the most wonderful gifts that we could have ever had. But they are not these fantasy figures that we had in our minds. They're humans. Mm-hmm. And we have great days more than we have bad days, but we have all kinds of days. And that's tied to giving and receiving somehow.
When you go through a process that requires an enormous amount of money, and you don't really have much, you quickly realize none of it was yours to begin with. And so when we first got married, when we decided to adopt, we decided that we would save pretty much my salary for adoption, which is what it ended up we needed for 5 years of adoption. I think we could have done so much more. We could have traveled. We went on 2 vacations.
Could have had a boat.
We went on a honeymoon that was 3 hours away. I remember going out to one nice dinner and being super stressed about it. But that in our mind, that was normal for us.
We've both grown up in a culture that is very much like, you deserve this. You should be happy. You're the most important person in your world. And everything is kind of individualized and egotistical in a way. And we just have to, we have to get past that and think, if I really believe in the goals of this congregation, this church, if I believe in the good that's going on here, then I have to do my part. We have to do our part to invest in. I mean, we have 3 kids that are benefiting from the investment of the children's program here. We have kids that are benefiting from being in choir here, from the friendships that they have here.
And so, again, why wouldn't we choose to give to a place that has given to us in those ways?
I really don't think about the investment that happens in us. I know it happens, but it's really, as a parent, all I think about here is how much the kids are growing and how much they love it here and the relationships they have here. And I just don't want to not be part of contributing to that. I want to pull my weight. I love that this place is not like a crazy church where we mask selfishness, we mask greed, we mask hatred and bigotry behind scripture. I can put my money behind things where I know we're actually helping people. Our kids are growing up with where they love people because it's the right thing to do and because there's really no other way to function effectively as a human. And we're showing people the grace of God. We're showing people the love of God, the mercy of God, not the you shouldn't be doing this of God. And that's just like you can't put a number on that.